Dr. Joe. Today's topic is about depression, right?
Mm-hmm. So I graduated from Doc Joe University, or as some people call it, Doctor University. So
Is it an accredited university? What is it? Joe University?
Doc Joe University, Doctor University, University Doctor University.
One of those?
One of those.
Oh, okay. That sounds legit.
It took a long time, but I am here now.
Okay.
So
Now you have all the... I hear you have all the answers for us,
I do
right?
have all the answers anyone can ever want.
Okay, tell us.
So let's start with depression. So let's say this is a normal life, okay?
With all the tape?
For the tape, this is, so like, people have their core value as their core, and then there's fragmented pieces everywhere, okay? So one of them is music, teaching, gardening, art, and God. But as life goes on, you start to kind of drift away from these kind of things. So there goes gardening. And because there's nothing attached to this part kind of just naturally also goes away. So that's teaching. So this could be a lapse of many years. So many years have passed. So many. Have you experienced many years?
Passing?
Yeah.
I think that's actually happened to me in my life, where lots of years pass.
Yes. So many years. So you're left with core values, but there's a big chunk missing, right?
That's a result of many years passing.
Many feel like there's a chunk missing. So you feel like, well, maybe because so many years have passed, that's why I feel there's a big chunk missing. But that's because depression works this way, okay? It's very insidious. You know what insidious means?
I think I've heard of that word. Can
Okay,
you
we're moving
explain
on.
it to us? Okay.
Let's move on. So insidious,
What?
kind of just drifts into your life and takes these parts of you.
Wait, Insidious does?
Yeah.
Hmm.
So you're left with core values, art, and God. But these are big parts of your life. So you think, well, at least I have these parts in my life with time.
But you don't realize you're missing half of yourself.
But you don't realize you're missing half of yourself. So this is how depression works. That. You're left with half yourself.
So you feel empty?
So you feel like you've lost interest. You feel like there's no point in life. You feel like people are out to get you. So many obvious things, But what's the real core reason why these things are drifting away from you?
I think you said because of Insidious.
That's one of the reasons. Can you think of anything else? Reasons why this might happen?
I think another reason you mentioned was the passing of time.
Yeah. So you're left with nothing. So what do people want to do? They want to fill their lives to replace those things, right?
Yeah.
So let's say they replace it with beef jerky.
Yeah, that's a popular one.
That's a popular one. Okay. They replace it with the abs diet.
Oh, yeah.
So popular these days. Like top 10.
Seems like everyone's turning to that one.
But is this really what you want in your life? Abs and jerky?
It's kind of like it's not really you, right?
Yeah. Yeah, so like Insidious, that's what Insidious means. It's not really you.
Is that?
So those are take-home points to keep in mind. Okay? Any questions so far?
I think I have more questions than when I got started. But keep going, Doctor. I
So-
think you're getting somewhere. It seems like it.
Whew. So take plum points so far. Insidious. Time passing.
I think also you are not beef jerky. Like, I think people get confused with their identities. Like, they're trying to fill a certain void in their life, so they're filling it with beef jerky, and before they know it, they are becoming the beef jerky.
They're becoming abs diet.
They're becoming the abs diet.
And they're becoming teriyaki beef jerky all
And then
natural.
there's a part of them that senses, like, this is not really me, but they just can't, like, you know, just disintegrate all those parts of who they thought they'd become. Yeah.
So all of a sudden, they lived a lot of their lives being abs diet. So people see them as abs diet.
They see themselves as people seeing them as abs diet.
Right. But what happens with abs diet? It's gonna fall.
It's not actually gonna work.
It's not gonna work.
I mean, has abs diet ever worked for you, Dr. Joe?
That's another video for another day.
Okay.
But
We don't want to get into it yet.
in simple words, no. Ab diet doesn't work for anyone.
It's because people want it to be them. Mm-hmm. They're looking for themselves in the abs diet.
Right. But see how it's not really pink colored paper
Exactly.
and handwritten
I mean, really,
pink?
they're on the other side. They're on the desk.
Yes. Very true. I could have just easily reached over and put it back on there.
Right. But why don't people do that?
Because Insidious. Time.
Oh, okay.
time
Yeah.
passing.
Yeah. I'm getting. I think I'm starting to understand it. Insidious
Passing.
and the time passing.
Okay, so let's say you started drifting when you were 12, you know, when you're that year of what's it called?
When you're most impressionable.
Most impressionable years
When you're 12.
when you're 12. Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Uh-huh. You're 12. Okay. And okay, so music gone.
Why is that gone?
Because
Oh, Insidious.
Insidious. Okay. Gardening gone. Were you gardening when you were 12? Maybe. But it's gone
it was
now.
a part of you?
But it's gone now.
Okay.
Okay. Teaching when you were 14, 12, maybe. But it's gone now.
It's gone.
It's gone. Okay, so depression is very insidious. Okay.
Okay.
It lurks into these cracks and kind of peels them off and puts them on the table. Okay? So you try to replace it with teriyaki chicken or teriyaki beef, but that also
It fails you.
it fails you because
time.
Right. So what's next? Whey? That's too big.
It weighs too much.
It-
Get it?
Weighs too much for this frail piece of paper.
I know. It's like you're already so frail. Why add that weight on yourself?
Right. So let's say you were 14 and now you're 50. And you've kind of kept art and God part of your life because they keep you stable. And you've tried other things like abs and teriyaki chicken, but they haven't helped very much. Maybe for a very little time.
And then they abandon you.
And they abandoned you.
And that's a whole nother issue.
Yeah, so then you get fear of abandonment and you feel like a shallow shell with a drain on the very bottom. And anything that comes in just drifts away slowly. Because they served your purpose for how many years? We don't know.
Probably,
Okay.
I would say 1.5.
1.5 years. But then that's it.
Then gone.
They're gone.
They came in and then they left.
Mm-hmm. So what do we do now?
That's a great question, Dr. Joe.
So you spend all these years covering yourself with all these layers, okay? Let's pretend there's all these layers around it. And you're starting to discover, well, those layers don't really serve me a purpose anymore. Like that teriyaki chicken and the whey. And all these things, you know? These things. So many things. But as you get older and time passes, you realize there's more to me than just these things. And you realize anxieties and these depressions, depressions that have ruled your life, no longer serves a purpose. So gardening comes back into the picture. And you feel like it connects. You feel like these things flow with each other. Okay? So you keep it. And then teaching comes back into the picture. This is not going to fit.
So it doesn't...
I
mean, what if you are trying to put it back in the picture and it no longer fits? Is that devastating for your sense of self?
It is for me.
Is this red piece of paper you?
Yes.
Oh.
Insidious.
The fragmented pieces of Dr. Joe.
Mm-hmm. So, any questions?
I think you're getting somewhere. It seems like it.
Whew.